Hello, Super K Bricks here with another purist custom minifigure video for you today. That being a counter-terrorist from Counter-Strike 2. I do know and I do realize that this video should come out yesterday, but we were about to start filming last night, then we realized we hadn't built the set, and we're not going to film a counter-terrorist in Black Mesa. That'd be funny, but it's not what we're going to do. But let's just get on to the figure. Starting with the legs, we have the ones from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. They have knee pads like the counter-terrorists have in game. It's like a bit of strap detail like they do in game, and then it has a belt, and the belt makes it look like the Kevlar vest on the torso flows farther down into the hip and leg area, which I personally like that look. Speaking of the torso, it's from 2020 to 2021 police era Lego sets. I do really like that look. I do realize that some people might be off-put by the fact that there's blue on the side, but I'll show 3 alternative torsos later, one of which will fix this problem. And then onto the arms. The counter-terrorists in game have a British flag emblem on the side of their arms, but there's no arm print in dark blue. To my knowledge, that has that. I looked pretty heavily on like Bricklink and stuff, didn't find any, but the arms from Commissioner Gordon from the Lego Batman movie do provide an emblem, which kind of gets somewhat of that vibe across, and I like that pretty decently. And then onto the head. The rebreather piece is from like AIM Agents from like I think either 2019 or 2021. It's a pretty common piece, and that's why I'm using it here. Also looks like the breathing apparatus they have in game, somewhat, not perfectly, but somewhat. And then the head is from Unkar's Thug from 2015 Ray's Speeder from the Force Awakens wave of Star Wars sets. Kind of gets like the bug-eyed look that they have on in-game, and yeah, I like that pretty decently. Now for some alternative torsos and stuff. We have the torso from like the 2010 era of police sets. I think that looks pretty decent, but the blue's a bit brighter, not as muted, and I think the other Kevlar vest torso that I'm using just looks closer. This is a big stretch, but if you really don't have anything else, this will get the job done somewhat, but it's not my personal favorite pick for this, though I do like this for something else, which I will use this later in a future minifigure video. And then, last but not least, we have this one from Unkar's Thug. It doesn't have the same blue problem on the sides. I still prefer the Kevlar vest torso that I have here, but if you just would rather not have the blue, then this is what I'd recommend. Now, if you want like a bulkier vest, I would recommend grabbing this piece. I don't believe it appears in any gray color. I could be wrong, but it appears in sand blue and black. This one is from the ACU from Jurassic World 2015, and we'll just see what that looks like on here right now. I'm going to flip it this way so we don't see the ACU emblem, because I think it looks better. So let me grab the head and put it back on. Yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. It's not my personal favorite version of this, but yeah, if you like it, good for you. And then I have one alternative for the helmet, that being this assembly that I have created here, where we keep the rebreather, and then we add this like white helmet piece and the goggles, because the gas mask in game is like more front heavy, and then it has like a white balaclava under that, and I think this does a decent job representing that. But when you look in game, this looks more like a Combine soldier from Half-Life than it does a counter-terrorist to me. And if you want it to be a little bit more bug-eyed, then what you want to do, you want to flip the goggles upside down. Still don't personally like it that much, but if you do, I hope you do like it. Now we're gonna put this back the way it was, and then we're gonna get onto some accessories. we're going to start off with a pistol. We have this pistol right here from like Captain Rex's Y-Wing microfighter. It appears in hundreds of places, but this looks honestly more like a Desert Eagle than anything else to me, and I hate when people use this for like a Glock. This is way too big for that. But yeah, I think that represents the Desert Eagle pretty well. Next we have the gun that's affiliated best with the counter-terrorists, that being the M4A1. That's at least the gun I think people view this most with the counter-terrorists, but this is my build of it. Yes, this is pretty big for the counter-terrorists. Again, like I said in the Gordon Freeman video, if you just want something that's correctly sized and accurate, just go to Brick Arms if it really bothers you that much. But this is what I've come up with so far. I'll explain how to build this in like a YouTube short or something like that. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Though I do realize that's not the suppressor on the end. That's just the end of the barrel of the gun in like game in real life. So I've come up with a few options. My personal favorite way to represent the suppressor from Counter-Strike is by using just a longer Technic pin. I think that looks pretty decent. Yeah, looks pretty decent. But for stop motion purposes and stuff, like if you want something that just fits onto the end of this piece, then this is big. This is a big piece to use, but I can't think of anything better to use than this right here, and this is what it looks like. It's not my favorite thing, but it looks more like a bazooka to me, but if you like it, that's good for you. It's good for stop motion. Like they were trying to unscrew the end. And then I have two things for shotguns. Keep in mind, these are not the correct colors. Like I was trying to make this easier to use the eye test on. If you didn't want to watch a future video, though I hope you do. But here's my take on the M1014 using Lego pieces. It's like, you can probably tell what it is if you know what it's trying to represent, but it seems like a bit bulky to me. So if you don't want that, you either go to Brick Arms again, or there's this rifle piece from the old Wild West sets. I know it also, I got mine from like the Lone Ranger sets, that's where it also appeared in. This looks like the general shape of the XM1014, the real life gun as well, being the M1014. The XM was the prototype model for the real gun in real life. But yeah, that's all the pieces and figure parts that I have for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for future content.